So I read an article in the Sports Business Journal called CAA Sports adds $280 million to contract values with extensions. And it just talks about how CAA Sports has, this past year, their agents have collectively signed three players to contracts that are worth a total of $280 million. And those players are Joel Embiid of the Sixers, Gary Harris of the Nuggets, and TJ Warren of the Suns. And Joel Embiid has been a highly renowned talent, just facing injury. So his contract was 5 years for 146 million, which is huge because he's only ever played 31 NBA games. So it makes you think, you know, just how important the agent side of this whole thing is. Because regardless of a player's skills or talents or potential or anything, it comes down to if they are well enough represented by somebody who knows the ins and outs of the business. It just shows how separate the business side of it is from the actual sports. Like the best players could be the best people, like could be a great franchise player everybody loves and admires, and then he gets injured, and he gets injured again and again, and then all of a sudden the team doesn't want him anymore from a business perspective because they are not doing well as a team and they're possibly losing money on him. And it's nothing against the player personally. It just really shows the business intersection into sports. And I think it's cool that players are being better represented these days, because I know there have been a lot of cases of players who have signed contracts that are super, they could have gotten a lot more out of them, and they didn't because they didn't have a good enough agent, or they decided not to have an agent. So it's becoming increasingly important to have good representation, and like there are a lot of agencies now that are getting more and more clients because of the contracts they have negotiated with for other players. So it's becoming like a popularity thing for a lot of the agencies too, which is huge for them from a business perspective. I just think it's crazy that players who are so unproven now are signing such large contracts, and it shows you how willing the teams are to invest in young players who they think will be good for a long time. And I just think it's interesting to also look at how the agents and the agencies are not a bidding war, but it's really a quality war of who can negotiate the best contracts is going to get them more clients, and then they're going to make more money off of contracts they negotiate. So I just thought it was really interesting.